Welcome back to High School Backups Podcast. My name is Jake. I'm here with Kyle and Nick as we continue our pre-draft offseason grades. We are tackling the NFC North today, and at the time of this recording, we're going to start right off with the Bears. There's nothing really left to say. I'm going to give them an A-. I think they added talent where they needed to add. They got extra picks on the back end for the first overall pick. They got the 9th overall and 61st overall plus some other picks. They've added Nate Davis to the interior of that offensive line, which I think is good. They've added Tremaine Edmonds in the middle of their defense, which is a great addition. Tremaine Edmonds in the middle. The TJ Edwards move, Deontay Foreman and Andrew Billings are all pretty great. They did lose David Montgomery, which I think hurts their backfield a little bit, but they have Khalil Herbert and Deontay Foreman, so I don't think it's that drastic. I don't think it's that bad. But I'm going to give them an A- just for that. I think they've had a pretty good offseason so far.
Yeah, I think our grade after the draft for them will be an A+, genuinely.
Probably.
Because that 9th pick, that 61st overall pick will both have major, and then they have DJ Moore. They finally have, for the first time since, if you want to include Alshon Jeffrey, a wide receiver 1 that's like worth a damn.
The last one was Brandon Marshall. If we're gonna be very, very clear,
yes.
being clear about that, the last one was Brandon Marshall.
Yeah. So it's been a long time for them that they've actually had a wide receiver 1 that played like it. I am so very excited for this team, and to have Darnell Mooney to not have to be the number 1 again, and he can play as a number 2, which he flourished as just 2 years ago. I'm very excited for this team. I think A- right now very easily could be an A+ if they draft well.
Yep.
I was even gonna say I'm willing to give him an A+ now. I think their offseason moves have significantly made them a better team. I don't even think it's close. I understand the A- role, I do, because we don't know what they're doing.
They need to add a tackle and maybe a few more offensive line additions before I'm willing to go that far.
Which is fair. But I think the reason I want to give them A+ grade is because I think the moves they made them significantly better. Obviously they have a lot of pieces and still holes they need to fill, but because of what they've done already, I think the Bears can legitimately compete in the NFC. The NFC is pretty weak in general.
Yeah.
And I think the Bears can legitimately they have a tough road ahead playing the Vikings and Lions right now, but I do think the Bears can legitimately compete, and these additions made them significantly better. Okay, maybe an A+ is a little too much, but I think an I love the A- grade, but I'm willing to give them a little bit more because I also love the Robert Tonyan addition, to be honest. I think that is going to be very underrated for the Bears.
That's weird because don't they also still have Cole Kmet?
Yeah,
that's a weird. That's a weird move.
It's not, because Cole Kmet has played better when he's not getting literally tackled as he leaves the line.
Fair enough.
A huge piece.
I think sorry, go ahead, guy. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Sorry, no, it's okay. I was just gonna say, I think Justin Fields looked great towards the end of last season. I think Justin Fields is gonna look. I think he's gonna look like a superstar next year.
Oh, you mean my QB2 from that draft where everybody said I was nuts? Yeah, thanks, guys.
Hold
I
on.
don't think I said that.
We did not say.
No. Y'all were on the Zach Wilson hype train, and I told you that boy sucked, and I was right.
Whoa.
I would like to go back and look because I don't remember doing that because I was worried about it.
We'll have to go back into the group chat because we didn't have the podcast at that point, but that's fine.
I was going to say, I definitely was not high on Zach Wilson. I was higher on
Trey Lance then. One of you. I told you both of them, they were QB4 and QB5, and nobody wanted to listen. It's fine.
I agree. I was wrong about Trey Lance. I'm fine. I agree. But I was not high on Zach Wilson. I will die on that hill.
I think it was Austin. I think it was Austin who was high on Zach Wilson. And maybe Steven. I think it was Steven Austin, but whatever.
It might have been.
Let's move to the Lions. They're getting a B grade from me. I do think they got slightly better, but I also think they lost a lot of pieces. So adding Cam Sutton, David Montgomery, and Chauncey Gardner-Johnson are all wonderful additions. Losing Jamal Williams and DJ Chark and Deshaun Elliott aren't wonderful, but Chauncey Gardner-Johnson is an upgrade over Deshaun Elliott. I'd say Montgomery and Jamal Williams, depending on how they use Montgomery, is like a wash. And then Cam Sutton is a great addition to the back end of their defense. They did lose DJ Chark, which isn't wonderful, but they also added Emmanuel Mosley to the back end of their defense. So I think they're going to be better defensively. They might be slightly worse offensively because DJ Chark is a really good wide receiver. But it's a B. I think they got better.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think a B is a fair grade. Excuse me. I don't love them not signing Jamal Williams, to be honest. But with bringing in David Montgomery, I think it is a wash, so that's fine. You think David Montgomery becomes their running back 1?
That's the thing. I don't know how they're going to use David Montgomery.
Yeah. What do you think, Nick?
I was looking at it and I'm like, I don't know, man. The Lions did get better. I think David Montgomery for Jamal Williams I think Jamal Williams is slightly better. Losing DJ Chark is tough. Is real tough. If they draft wide receiver, I think they're better. I think that's where I'm at. If they draft a wide receiver at a decent spot, I think they're better. I think it's as simple as that.
That'd be fair. Can we just all agree the Packers have an F offseason and just they haven't added anybody of note and they've lost significant pieces, and then they also might have to trade Aaron Rodgers. Are we just good with that? At the time of this recording, they have not traded Aaron Rodgers yet.
That's the Packers get a Z because they have absolutely horrible. Like the Packers get an F automatically in my book every single year.
Their front office might be
anyway.
the worst in the league. So
this is the worst offseason in the league.
Packers have done absolutely nothing. Like if anyone gives them higher than an F, I don't think they're watching football. Like I don't know what the hell the Packers are doing.
And depending on what they get for that Rodgers trade, like if they don't get a first round pick, if they don't get a second first, like that's an L. Like that is an L.
Yeah.
Are they really gonna try and go with Jordan Love?
Yeah, they're gonna run with Jordan Love. They're running with him. Which fine, whatever. You'll be 2-15, and we'll see whatever. Would that be the first 2-15 team? Because
yes.
we haven't seen a team go less than 3-14 yet, right?
Correct.
That would be fucking funny.
I can't wait until we see a team go 0-17 because it will happen probably eventually. But.
I mean, maybe not in our lifetime. It took 60 years for the Detroit Lions to go fucking 0-16. But all right, moving to the Vikings. Yeah. We can talk about that in a different video, Kyle, but it will be interesting. The Vikings may have made the sneakiest and best move out of all of the offseason moves, hiring Brian Flores as their defensive coordinator, which I should have taken into account more when I was doing this, but also they haven't really added anybody and they've lost a decent amount. Like they lost a lot of veteran presence, including Patrick Peterson, Adam Thielen, and Delvin Tomlinson. They added Dean Lowry, Marcus Davenport, and Byron Murphy, which I don't think moved the needle, but they get a B- for hiring Brian Flores as their defensive coordinator. I think that makes their defense better than it was at the end of last season.
I was going to give him just a C+ because I think that Patrick Peterson loss is really big. Same with Adam Thielen. Like, I don't love Adam Thielen at this point in his career, but I do think what he did with the Vikings really was important because now who else do the Vikings have other than JJ?
They also lost Irv Smith Jr. too, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like who else is Kirk throwing to right now besides Justin Jefferson? Like unless am I missing someone?
No.
Oh, I am. What's his name? The other wide receiver there.
KJ Osborne?
Yeah, thank you.
KJ Osborne, I think
say.
Adam Thielen leaving is huge because I think KJ Osborne is going to flourish now. Like he's gonna.
Which is fair. I did forget about KJ Osborne for a hot minute. I even forgot his name until you guys reminded me of him. But I still think C+ because I do think losing Patrick Peterson is really massive.
Yeah.
I think a C+ is fair, and although I do think that Adam Thielen leaving is going to open up for KJ Osborne, which is huge. Honestly, though, like Patrick Peterson, like that sucks, but they have a lot of other veteran presence over there that I don't think makes it a huge deal. I don't know. I think they've improved the smallest bit.
Yeah, C+ is fine. To recap the NFC North, you got an A- for the Bears, a B for the Lions, an F for the Packers, and a C+ for the Vikings. And on that note, make sure to hit the like button, click subscribe, hit the bell for notifications. Make sure to follow us on all of our social medias, High School Backups at Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. And on that note, peace.